Hello virtual village hallers, it's Kerry from Mobilates here for 30 minutes of gentle Pilates inspired exercise. We'll be standing or we can be sitting, you can be on the edge of a bed and there'll be lying down. I think it's my favourite bit. As always, take it as easy as you need to, very much go at your own pace. You don't have to do everything exactly like I'm doing, that's not what happens in my classes. We sort of vary it up according to how our bodies are working on a particular day and any restrictions that you're working with. The most important thing is that you go with it, you just move and enjoy it. We're not going to go for the burn, we're just going to move gently and really enjoy it and relax a little too. It's one of the most important bits, along with the lying down. So let's start with our feet a little bit wider. I'm keeping an eye out here. Who's that already? Hello, Irene. Nice to have you here. Feet a little bit wider if you're sitting, legs a little bit wider. You can sit right back on your chair. Just feel like you're supported by the floor, by your chair, sitting on the edge of your bed. Soften your belly. Nearly always start like this so you can breathe into your belly. Your diaphragm has room to move down on your inhale, the lungs get more air, and you're telling your body that everything is safe. It's a calmer way to be. It makes us feel a bit more relaxed, and sometimes we have to sort of, it's like we're faking it till we make it. We have to tell ourselves that we're relaxed, and then we'll feel more relaxed. So let's soften that belly, remind it doesn't need to hold back or hold in, breathe into it. And then let the breath out through your mouth. It can be gentle, blowing the breath. It can be, I'll do my next one. A sigh, sighing it out. That's nice, I can feel my shoulders go down with that one. And you can let things soften a little. So I'm just going to soften my knees, just so they're not locked and tight, because that will make the rest of my legs tight. Plenty of time for that later. So just softening them. And then just imagining that lowering, sinking, softening feeling from the head, crown of the head, spreading down across the forehead. Keep breathing in and out, lowering your jaw a little so that this muscle gets a chance to relax. Flowing down the front of your body, a softening, a relaxing, flowing down the back of your body. Who's that creeping in there? Jackie, hi. I hope you're feeling these lovely sensations. The whole of your body having this relaxing, softening, releasing sort of shower. And then on the next breath in, make it a little deeper. And as you breathe out, everything that's relaxed and softened, just let it go twice as much. And then a couple more breaths. Just enjoying how you're feeling. Maybe even have your eyes closed like I have. One more. And blink those eyes open. Oh, I feel like the music's just in time with us. Bring your feet in so that they're parallel. They're about a paperback book apart, whether you're sitting or standing. We place on our imaginary crown, send the prongs upwards, feel your head going up to receive this crown. Feel your belly pull up, your whole spine lengthens a little. Might find your bottom's already tucked under a little bit, but that's where it's going. So use these muscles here, this tension that you've just felt from putting the crown on, and use that tightness to take your bottom under, and then it goes out a little bit. So it's just rocking, sort of curve of rocking, and it's our low spine, our lumbar. That's it. Just tilting and rocking. You can see just the movement of my leggings here, these sort of loose pants. Just going with it. You can see my top moving just as the pelvis here moves back and forth, and then find that in between place. Hold it there. Take your head as if the very back of it is just going to lean against a handy wall. Feel those extra chins as you do this. From this point, we'll turn and look to each side. And we're not going for the absolute maximum here. You just think of it as an oiling the joint, and it's pivoting round. You'll know if you're tight on one side because your head will do this, or you'll feel the tightness. So if you want to sort of oil it a little bit more where it's tight, just go for a few extra ones. And then bring it back to the center. We're going to turn to one side again. This time look up, and then take your chin, a little roll over your chest here, looking up the other side. And we're going for neck rolls with this. So you keep changing the direction. And if this is too much, you can reduce it so it's smaller. If you want more, you might look up a little back, as long as it feels comfortable. And then bring it to the center. Start some shoulder rolls, start them small. And then bring some breath into it, breathing in as they come up, breathing out as they go round and back. So in, it's a forwards and up, out, it's round and back. And it's just your shoulders. So resisting this sort of thing, because that is movement for your back and your pelvis, not your shoulders. So just resist that. Just keep it here. We'll do a couple forwards. And one more backwards. And then let's check in with our feet. So always a challenge, definitely eyes down to toes. First, try and lift all your toes up and down. The rest of your foot stays there. Next, spread them out as much as you can. They might be in shoes, socks, bare feet. See if they've got room to spread. If they haven't got room to spread, your shoes may be too tight. You need a bit of room for them to spread out a little bit. From this point, just this is the tricky bit, taking your toes up. So you can just see my toes are just waving at you, and the rest of my toes are pressing down. Now I do this quite a lot. I have stiffness in my toes, so I like to keep them moving. You might find one goes up, the other one doesn't. You might find one goes up a lot and the other one goes up less. You might find I'm looking down at my toes, they're all going a bit white because I'm pressing quite hard. So I'm just going to give them a little wriggle and a little wave. Let's place all the toes down again. Take yourself upwards, straight legs. So this is where we do lock into the knees a little bit. We're not trying to push the knees back, we're just nice tense legs. Tension in the belly, arms out by the sides, not too much tension here. Right, now let's rock backwards and forwards. If you're sitting in the chair, bring your hands here and just bringing your body backwards and forwards. You can feel the weight slightly changing your feet. If you pull your feet back a little, as long as they're flat on the floor and that's comfortable, you'll feel the weight more in your feet, less than 90-degree angle here. And then we're taking it in a circle. So this is the sitting version, and you feel it on your sitting bones, the bumpy bits under your bottom. If you're standing, hope you're not getting dizzy. So we're going for a little spin. This looks different on different people. So some people go for really small movements. They don't want their feet to leave the floor. Some people really go for it. And some people even bring their arms in. Makes it a little harder. Take it the other direction. See what that's like. Oh, I like to wobble a little bit. I like to challenge myself so I can feel myself rocking back onto the heels and the toes come up. And then I'm forwards on my toes. And bring that down. Right, next, where are we going? We're going into alternate arm circles, soft legs, so the legs can move, and we get a little bit of movement into the body. That's it, the heart goes a little bit faster. Same if you are sitting. Just watch out for the sides of your chair, so your arm might come a little further out to the sides, just so you don't want to crash into anything. I'm just looking at my desk thinking, I know I will crash into it. And you could also move your feet a little heel raise. Last one. And then bring it down. We're going for knee bends and arm raise. Knee bend and arm raise. If you are sitting, go for a glute squeeze and an arm raise. Glute squeeze. You can see my head just goes up as I squeeze the glutes, release, and then the arms come up. Knee bend and arm raise. We're back to that again. I think I'll just go back so you can see me. That's it. And then we can even bring in a little extra movement. So you've got a little routine. If you're sitting, squeeze, raise, tap, tap, squeeze, raise, tapping the leg out and out. Hope you're all following. I'm working the brain hard today. Oh, I've lost it. Knee bend, arm raise. Could even go a heel raise and then a little out and out. We'll make that the last one. So next, we're going to cradle the head, just touching. If you think you're going to push your head forwards like that, put your fingers just to the sides instead. Soften your knees if you're standing. And then we're taking our upper body on a circle. And I'll show you from the side because I think it's easy to see where we're moving. So you can see I'm rounding forwards in my shoulders and then I'm going to admire the ceiling. Now I'm keeping this really shallow curve. If you've got something like osteoporosis and you've been told no weighted flexion on your spine, means they don't do a really tight curve like this and hang forwards. That's the weighted bending bit. So for this, we're starting soft. So you're just curving gently forwards, gently back. And then take it in the opposite direction. This one doesn't need a really tight curve. It's really nice for getting into any stiff shoulders. And then take your arms down. We're going to take our legs wider, feet outwards, same if you're sitting. And then we're going to reach an arm across and another arm across, just like you're reaching out for someone's hand across from you. So that's the sitting version. Standing version. Difference is the bend and straightening of the leg. But if your knees give you lots of problems and you don't want too much bending, you might do one or two like this. And then you could hold in the middle and put your reaches in there. And then that just lessens your bendings if it's really painful. And then next we're going to take it over. So that's a straight version, flexed version. You could do this with your legs straight. And you could also do it when you push off and bend. So all the options for different knee issues. Last one. And then we're going to take it to rolling down. So options here. If you have osteoporosis, talking about that weighted bending, weighted flexion, send your bottom back a little, hands to your thighs, so your back is straight there, tuck your bottom under, and you'll feel that rounding spreading up your back, your head just bows very gently forwards, and your legs help push you up. So one more time on this hinged version. And exactly the same if you're sitting. Otherwise, you might want just soft legs and a roll down where you do bend the spine. So let's go down. We could hold it at any point. Let the head hang. The shoulders can have a stir. Really nice if you've got sore shoulders. And the arms, they're working like a pendulum, just trying to find their centre point. And they'll get to the point when they pause. We can just make them circle the other way. And when you're ready to come up, breath in. Pull your belly towards your back and roll yourself up. Let's do one more. So one more, whether you're doing this hinged version and tucking under and rolling up, or whether you are taking your head right down your body. You might even be touching the floor, rolling up. And then make your way down to the floor, lying on your back. Nothing under your head at the moment, because we're going into some bridge work virtually straight away. So you can have a cushion by the side, because once we've done the bridge, you might want to have something then. So I shall see you down there. This is our changeover moment when it's a good time to grab a cushion. So it's close by, have a drink, and check that you're comfortable. Right, let's take it right down. And you're in what's often called a relaxation position, lying down with your legs bent. And spend a bit of time just getting your head really, really comfortable, wriggling your pelvis around. Arms can be out by your sides and they can be next to you or out further. It's nice to have your palms up, just opens your chest out a little. Take your legs close to each other so your feet and knees are touching. Heels then out to the side and toes forwards, and then you have a little gap between your knees and a little gap between your toes. Let's do a few pelvic tilts. So let's place our hands on our lower bellies. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, bring your pubic bone towards your nose. Feel your belly deflating and pulling inwards here. And you feel that rocking sensation here. Your t-shirt, top, and the back of your waistband pressing down to the mat as you breathe in, rolling forwards. A few more like that. And when looking for a head not to go anywhere, think of the crown of your head facing the opposite wall rather than looking back and your chin going up. Think that chin is a good area to concentrate on. So just trying to keep that chin nice and steady there, not going anywhere. You might feel a slight pull and drag on the back of your head, that's okay. And then arms down by your side. And this time we're going to take it a bit further, so breath in. Tighten the belly. Pelvic tilt, now push into your feet and take it a little higher so your bottom's just hovering. And you've got that tilt of being tucked under. You can see this sort of scoopy feeling here when my t-shirt sort of scrumples up. That's fine. Arms are just steadying us, pressing very lightly, not hard through your arms, pressing more through your feet. And if you take it higher, your bum starts to join in, it just squeezes a bit more. We're going to take it down. Think of your spine a bit like a dripping tap, just drip by drip. Your spine is coming downwards and downwards and downwards and downwards. Keep this tucked under as long as you can until you can't anymore. And let everything come down. Breath in. Breath out. We're coming up as high as you want to go. It might be here, so I've still got this part of my back on the floor. Might be a little higher, so now I can put my hand here. Might be, this is about as high as I go. So that's a straight line from my knee to my shoulder. And then from here, feel that your glutes are squeezed. Not so tight that you push up like that. We don't want that. We want a straightness here, but they've got a squeeze to them. Now release the one nearest me and let everything go a bit wonky. You can see I just slipped down. This side is holding up and this side is loose. Now squeeze this side again. They're both up. Let the other side go. Squeeze it up again and just keep alternating. They do tire. We're working them. That's it. Last one each side. And then melting down. Think of that dripping tap. Your spine just coming down, one drip at a time, one vertebrae at a time. And then when you get there, arms out at the side and let the legs sway. Use your belly muscles to pull your back to the floor in between. That's it. And then you can invite your head to go in the opposite direction, just rolling. Use the shape on the back of your head, that curve, that ball, to help you. That's it. And then we're coming back to that relaxation position. So we're going to go up into a pelvic tilt and then a bridge again. Slightly different. So let's take a breath in. And as we breathe out, tighten here. Rock into your pelvic tilt. Push up into your bridge. Right, shuffling my shoulders underneath a little bit. This time we're going to play around with the feet. So let's lift one heel and take it down. The other heel and take it down. All the time we're lifting this, we're trying to keep it the same. Both heels. 1, 2, and then one down and the other one. Let's try lifting our toes and the rest of the foot, not the heel. Up. 1. And the other one, keeping all this steady. Maybe both together. Maybe alternating a little faster. Ooh. And then melting down again. Lovely. Next one, slightly different again. You can go back to any of the ones we've done so far. If anything is something you don't want to do, it's all good. Breath in. Pelvic tilt, push up. Hold it there. This time we're going to try and take one foot slightly off the floor. So I'm pressing into this side, it's my left side. I'm just going to take that right foot off the floor for a moment. It was so quick, you might have missed it. Left foot. Oh, there it goes. If that's too much, take the heel up. So here's this foot again. Trying to keep everything steady. And the other side. Steady. And let's take it down. I've worked you hard today and we've not finished. And then bring your knees into your chest. Hug them in. Wide. Close together. Whatever's comfortable. Your hands can be behind them. Have a little rock. Something that feels good. And then we're going to take our legs down to that rest position again. Take our arms out to the sides. Do a little bit of rotation, a bit like we were doing before, but a lying down version. So now take the hand, sweep it across your chest towards the other arm. Sweep it back. Open it out. The other hand sweeps across the chest. Let whatever wants to come with you rock over. Couple more. Last one. And then we're going to roll onto our fronts. So you might want a cushion underneath your pelvis. I like that because my low back gets tight, so that's where I'm going to put my cushion. You might like a cushion underneath your head. It doesn't work for me. It sort of pushes my neck into the wrong place, but it might work for you. So we're lying on our fronts. And the legs are reaching away and they're a little distance apart, about hip distance. I'm going to make a cushion with my hands, one hand top of the other, elbows out to the sides. And my forehead is resting on my hands. My nose and my gaze are completely downwards so that my neck is straight, just adjusting the cushion so it feels comfortable. Now what can happen easily here with the shoulders is that they do this. You can see they're right by my ears. So I'm just going to roll them down, encourage them down. I also want to encourage you to work your belly muscles a little bit here. And it's difficult because gravity's against us. So imagine there's an ice cube underneath your belly button. So you might be completely squishing it. I want you to pull your belly up on an out breath. So it's coming away from the ice cube. So let's breathe in. And breathe out. Pull that belly upwards. So the belly button away from the ice cube. You might even feel your bottom tucking under slightly, and that's good. Just puts us in a nice position for moving a leg, because that's what we're going to do. So take another breath in. Breath out, keeping your belly button away from the ice cube. Lengthen one leg like someone's trying to make it longer lying on the floor, and then just lift that leg a little. So you'll find that a lot of your thigh will still be on the ground, but from the knee to the point of the toe, that bit's off the floor, and take it down. Same side, breath in. Breath out, think of the shoulders down, the belly button away from the ice. Lift that leg long. Think of someone pulling it. Take it down, one more, breath in. Breath out, ice cube under that belly button. Oh, that leg's going to be so long. And then take it down. Give your bum a little sway from side to side. Right, we're going for the other side. So roll those shoulders down. Think of that ice cube. Pull away from it. Breath in. Breath out. Other leg. Reach it really long like someone's trying to stretch it. And up a little bit. A tiny bit. And take it down. You can have a little wiggle in between. And if you get cramp in your foot, give it a wiggle round. I wish I had a magic solution for cramp, but it's just one of those things that creeps in. Breath in. Shoulders down, away from that ice cube with your belly and long leg coming up. Take it down, last one. And then let that bottom sway. Right, now we're going to work this half of our body. We've done the lower half. So we've got our hands on our head. Let's change it. So your head now completely down on the mat, or maybe on a little cushion if you prefer that. Arms are out at the side and think wide. So it's a sort of cactus shape, or the top of a rugby goal post. Breath in. As you breathe out, roll your shoulders down. Think of your belly button pulling away from that ice cube, and just bring your head up and look down at your mat. Look down at your floor. Look down at your carpet. Look down at your bed. And then take it down. Little sway. Your legs are just reaching long. Breath in. Breath out, shoulders down. Ice cube under the belly button, and that head, bit of your chest comes up. And take it down. Little sway, breath in. Breath out, shoulders down, belly button up, that slight tuck under in your bottom, legs just reaching away. Up comes your head. And then it's coming down. This one's different. Head staying down, breath in. Breath out, shoulders roll down, belly away from the ice cube, arms come up. And take them down. Breath in. Breath out, shoulders down, belly button away from ice cube. Arms come up again. And down. Little sway, last one, breath in. Breath out, shoulders down. Ice cube under the belly, arms up, and then take it down. And you can either push yourself back so that you're in this position, or you can push yourself onto your side and onto your back into this position. Either way, something restful, just to ease everything off. And then we're going to come to sitting. So you could be sat on the edge of a bed, you could be sat on the floor, and I'm going to give you a range of positions. So you might sit like this, sort of mermaid position we often call this. You could also sit like this. If you're sat on the edge of a bed, sit with your legs apart like this, and quite close to the edge. And we're going to do a little bit of rotation. So if you're in this position or this position, think about rotating to this side where this leg is bent. And the other arm, just pressing it off and on the mat So it's not there the whole time. And it's like I'm going to reach round. I'm just going over the top of my arm and I'm going to go underneath. Get this rocking sensation. Like you're reaching through. I'm just changing the leg position so you can see it in all the different positions. And then we're just going to rest our hands there and just turn as much as you can. And you might feel you could go a bit lower or a bit lower. And just take a few breaths. And on your next out breath, push yourself up. Swap your legs over to the other side. So they may just go over that way, like that. They may be like this, or you may be sat on the edge of your bed. And then we're going to start the same rocking sensation. So you can see all my bit of bodies here, side of my legs and my hips. Moves around with me. And you can keep moving your hand away, especially if your wrist gets uncomfortable. And I'm going over the top here into this space, and then I'm going to go underneath a bit further. You can even bend this arm and reach down a bit lower if that's comfortable. And then we're going to take both hands down to this side. Just hold it there. So I'm not collapsing, pushing away slightly. Just feeling how comfortable I am like this. And then if that's okay, you might take it lower. That could be lower. That could be lower. This side definitely feels a bit tighter. And then just breathing and trying to relax a little into it. And on your next out breath, push yourself upwards. And then sit however you want to sit. Take your arms out to the sides, breath in, scoop the air till your fingers touch. Take your hands into your chest as you breathe out. Give yourselves in your amazing bodies big clap, well done. You're through another class again. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back again next week. Thanks for joining on the live, Irene and Jackie, and anyone else who joined on the live. Always a pleasure to see you. See you next week.